Was good, ballers? It's Jim's Ball. Back again with the predictions going into week 16. But first, for week 15, I went 12-4, pretty good week, but there's a couple of picks I kind of regret. Could have been a better week. I should have trusted my gut and picked the Bills to win. And also, I picked the Patriots to get an upset. And man, I just gotta be smarter with picking against these upsets, I guess. But yeah, 12-4, still a pretty good record. I got this fire emoji because I'm making some fire ass picks, but 12-4, pretty good week, but I feel like I could have done a little bit better. 142-82 on the season, pretty solid, but now we're into week 16. Let's get these picks going. First up, we got the Thursday night game. We got an AFC West matchup. Really good game here. Both of these teams fighting for playoff positions, fighting for wildcard spots. And this should be a pretty good one. Ultimately, I think I'm going to go with the Chargers here. I think they'll rebound after the loss from last week. I feel like it'll be a close one, a good one, but I think the Chargers squeak it out at home. I think the Chargers will win 24-20. Next up, the Texans at the Chiefs. And it's hard for me to pick against the Chiefs. I mean, I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is playing, but even if he isn't, the Chiefs will probably win on some bullshit. You know how it goes. The Chiefs, they're at home too. I think they'll barely win another game. You know how they do it. I feel like they'll win this one 19-17 over the Texans. Next up, a really good one, AFC North matchup. This is a fight for the division. Both of these teams are really needing a win. Steelers at the Ravens, but I think I'm gonna have faith in the Ravens here. Even though the Steelers beat them last time, the Steelers kind of got walked on by the Eagles. The Ravens look pretty impressive against the Giants, and I don't know, I think the Ravens should win this one. Steelers just haven't been looking that impressive recently, and just Lamar Jackson, he's going to be the MVP, then he's got to play like it this week, and I think he'll have a good game. I think the Ravens should win this one. I predict the Steelers to only kick field goals again, but they'll lose 17-12. Ravens win. Next up, we got the Browns at the Bengals, and it's just hard for me to have faith in the Browns right now. All their quarterbacks throwing a bunch of picks. They're going to be turnover prone. I think the Bengals should win this one. I feel like it'll be a good amount of scoring, but ultimately the Bengals will win this one 31-21. Giants at the Falcons. The Giants are really ass. The Falcons are looking really underwhelming, but just with how ass the Giants are, they shouldn't win this one. Falcons should win this one, even with Michael Penis Jr. getting his first start. I feel like it'll be low scoring, but the Falcons will win this one 13-9. Just feel like it'll look a lot like the Raiders and Falcons game from last week. Next up, we got the Lions at the Bears, and the Lions are pretty injured, but the Bears have been looking super unimpressive the past few weeks. I think the Lions will be able to put up enough points to beat the Bears. I think the Lions will win this one 27-17. Next up, Titans at the Colts. Might be a bit of a close one, but I feel like ultimately the Colts will win this one. Maybe a bit of a pointless game for both of these teams. I feel like the Colts aren't going to make the playoffs, and the Titans probably want to look for a good draft pick, so I think the Colts should win this one though, 21-17. Next up, we got the Rams at the Jets, and I feel like this one will be kind of close. The Rams, ultimately though, I feel like they'll win this one. Just might have a pretty decent game from Aaron Rodgers again. He might play pretty decent, but I feel like they'll come up short again, just like the Jets have a lot this season. It'll be kind of close, but the Jets will come up short. I feel like the Rams will win this one. They got to be looking for the playoffs right now, so they kind of need the win. So I'm pick the Rams to win this one 24-20. Eagles at the Commanders. Really want the Commanders to win this one, but ultimately I feel like the Eagles been really hot, longest win streak. Hard to pick against them, so I feel like it'll be kind of close though, but the Eagles will win this one 24-20. Next up, it's the Cardinals at the Panthers, and kind of want an upset here too. Just kind of want the Panthers to get a win, but my gut is telling me to pick the Cardinals again. Just with how they handled the Patriots last week, I feel like they'll probably do the same with the Panthers. Similar score. I think the Cardinals will win this one 30-16. I want to pick some upsets, but it's hard to pick these really bad teams, considering if they looked really bad last week. Next up, we got the Vikings at the Seahawks, and Seahawks kind of really need a win here, but the Vikings are just looking too impressive recently. That defense is really good. Sam Darnold's been playing close to an MVP level, so it's hard for me to pick against the Vikings. Might be kind of close though, but I think the Vikings ultimately win this one 20-16 Vikings. Next up, Patriots at the Bills, and come on, man. The Patriots looked really ass last week, and you think they're going to turn it on, get a win against the Bills. That shit's not happening. Josh Allen's been playing at an MVP level, so I think the Bills will win this one. The Bills defense has been looking kind of bad, so I think the Patriots will be able to put up a little bit of points, put up some decent points, but the Bills, they're ultimately going to win this one. I think the Bills will win this one 34-24. Next up, it's the Jaguars at the Raiders. Two of the worst teams in the league playing against each other, and both of these teams, they both really want to lose this game. I feel like they'd want to lose this one to get a better draft pick, but ultimately the Jaguars have been looking a bit impressive the past couple of weeks, so I think the Jaguars should be able to win this one. The Raiders are just super ass, and it looks like they're tanking and they want to lose games, so I feel like the Raiders will lose this one and Jaguars will get the win. But yeah, I think the Jaguars will win this one 17-9. Next up, the 49ers at the Dolphins. Two teams that probably are kind of defeated, kind of underwhelming this season. Both these teams, I don't know. It's really a 50-50, but I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins here. Just the Dolphins, they're at home, and the Dolphins, they usually get wins against teams below 500, but when teams are above 500, that's when they lose. So just because the 49ers are below 500, I think the Dolphins will win it. I'm going to go with Miami winning this one 20-17. Next up, the Bucs at the Cowboys, and just with how impressive the Bucs looked last week, and I think they'll just keep making a push for the playoffs, win their division, and look really good going to the playoffs. So yeah, the Bucs, I think I'm gonna go with them. Even if the Cowboys been looking better the last couple of weeks, the Bucs should win this one fairly easily. I'm gonna go with them to win 30-15. Last game of the week, we got the Saints at the Packers, and kind of a gross game. I don't know. The Saints got a backup quarterback, Spencer Rattler. I don't have too much faith in him. Maybe he played a little bit better than I expected, but the Packers at home, it's going to be a really cold game. Saints, I don't think they'll be looking too impressive there. So Packers been looking really good too. So I think the Packers should win this one pretty easily. I'm going to go with the Packers 27-14. And add up that 27-14, that'll get you 41. So those are my picks for the week. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Jim's Ballin', and I'll see you next time in the next video. Peace.